Italy, shaped like a boot and in the Mediterranean Sea, is known for being beautiful and having a long history. From mountains with snow on top to sunny beaches, Italy has lots of different landscapes that people have loved for a long time. It's a place full of history, where important stuff happened that changed the world, especially in the West. Groups like the Etruscans, Greeks and Romans all helped make Italy what it is today. From the Colosseum in Rome to the canals in Venice, Italy is like a big outdoor museum showing how creative its people are. Come with us as we explore Italy's cool history from way back when to today. Way before the Roman Empire, lots of different people lived in Italy. In the middle of Italy, the Etruscans were important. They influenced Roman art, religion, and even their alphabet. They were good at making things out of metal and building stuff like fancy tombs and temples. Meanwhile, down south, people from Greece made their own towns, bringing their ideas about thinking, art, and democracy. These Greek towns, like Syracuse in Sicily, changed Roman culture a lot. Out of all the groups in Italy, the Latins who lived near Rome became the most powerful. Rome's spot on the Tiber River and its strong army helped it grow bigger and stronger. The Roman Republic, where citizens voted and had laws, was really strong. It was a unique system where the power was in the hands of the people, or at least the wealthy male citizens. They elected officials to represent them and make decisions on their behalf. This system of governance allowed Rome to grow and prosper, setting the stage for its future expansion. With a powerful army and smart leaders, Rome took over more and more land, even outside Italy. The Roman legions were highly disciplined and well-trained, making them a Rome's military might and resilience. These fights, especially against a general named Hannibal, were tough but made Rome the boss of the Western Mediterranean. Hannibal was a brilliant military strategist who famously crossed the Alps with his war elephants to invade Italy. Despite his initial successes, Rome eventually defeated Carthage, securing its dominance in the region. Julius Caesar was super important in how the Republic ended and the Roman Empire began. He was a military genius and a charismatic leader who expanded Rome's territories significantly. His crossing of the Rubicon River marked the beginning of a civil war that ultimately led to the end of the Roman Republic. He conquered Gaul and became powerful after a civil war, changing Rome forever. His victories in Gaul brought immense wealth and increased his popularity among the Roman people. However, his growing power and ambition alarmed many in the Senate, leading to his assassination on the Ides of March. After Caesar was killed, his adopted son Octavian, who later became Augustus, won another civil war. Octavian was a shrewd politician and a capable military leader. He defeated his rivals, including Mark Antony and Cleopatra, in the Battle of Actium, paving the way for his sole rule over Rome. Augustus started a time of peace and good times called the Pax Romana, which lasted 200 years. This period was marked by stability, economic prosperity, and cultural achievements. Augustus implemented reforms that strengthened the empire and left a lasting legacy. The Pax Romana allowed for the flourishing of arts, literature, and monumental architecture. During the empire, Roman art, writing, buildings, and laws became really famous and important. The Romans built impressive structures like the Colosseum and aqueducts, which showcased their engineering prowess. Roman literature, philosophy, and legal principles influenced many future civilizations, leaving an indelible mark on history. The Roman Empire, once a symbol of unparalleled power and unity, eventually got weak and fell apart. This decline was not sudden, but a gradual process that took centuries. People attacking from outside, money problems, and bad leaders all made the empire crumble. Barbarian invasions, economic troubles, and a series of ineffective emperors contributed to the downfall. In 476 AD, the last Roman emperor in the West was kicked out, which meant the Western Roman Empire was over. This event marked the end of ancient Rome and the beginning of a new era. Italy broke up into lots of little kingdoms and city-states that fought each other. These small entities were often in conflict, vying for power and territory. The Byzantine Empire still controlled some of Italy, while the Lombards made their own kingdom in the north. The Byzantine presence in Italy was a remnant of the old Roman authority, while the Lombards established a new order. The Pope became really powerful in Italy, ruling the middle part. The Papal States emerged as a significant political and religious power, influencing the region's dynamics. Some cities in good spots for trading became really important. These cities leveraged their strategic locations to become hubs of commerce and culture. Venice, Genoa, Pisa, and Amalfi were like super cities that controlled the sea trade routes. Their influence extended far beyond Italy, shaping trade across the Mediterranean. The Middle Ages in Italy was a time of fighting and change, but it also set the stage for the Renaissance. Despite the conflicts, this period laid the groundwork for a cultural rebirth that would transform Europe. The Renaissance, which means rebirth, was a really important time in Europe, and it started in Italy. Beginning in the 1300s, people became interested in old Roman and Greek stuff like learning, art, and big ideas. Florence, ruled by the Medici family, was the center of all this. Leonardo da Vinci was a super genius and artist who represented this time perfectly. Michelangelo made amazing paintings and sculptures like the Sistine Chapel and the Statue of David. The Renaissance wasn't just about art. Writers like Dante and scientists like Galileo did amazing things too. This time of new ideas and art changed Italy and the whole world. The Renaissance is still a symbol of how creative and awesome people can be. Even with the Renaissance, Italy wasn't one country. It was a collection of city-states, each with its own government, culture, and interests. These city-states, like Venice, Florence, and Milan, were often in conflict with each other, vying for power and influence. Big countries like Spain, France, and Austria fought to control Italy. They saw the fragmented Italian peninsula as an opportunity to expand their own empires. These foreign powers imposed their rule, often through military force, and exploited Italy's resources for their own gain. The Italian cities, always fighting each other, were too weak to stop them. The constant infighting made it easy for foreign powers to dominate the region. The lack of unity among the Italian states meant that they could not present a united front against these external threats. For a long time, Italy was divided and ruled by other countries. This period of foreign domination left a deep impact on the Italian people, fostering a sense of resentment and a desire for self-determination. The dream of a unified Italy began to take root in the hearts of many Italians. But Italians still wanted to be one united country. The idea of unification, known as the Risorgimento, started to gain momentum. Intellectuals, writers, and revolutionaries began to spread the message of Italian nationalism, inspiring people to fight for their independence. In the 1800s, a movement called the Risorgimento tried to make Italy one nation. This movement was characterized by a series of political and military campaigns aimed at ending foreign rule and uniting the various Italian states into a single nation. Giuseppe Garibaldi, with his red-shirt soldiers, became a hero of this movement. His daring exploits and military successes captured the imagination of the Italian people and played a crucial role in the unification process. Count Camillo Benso di Cavour, a smart leader, helped make it happen through talking and deals. As the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Sardinia, Cavour used diplomacy and strategic alliances to weaken the hold of foreign powers and pave the way for unification. In 1861, the Kingdom of Italy was born, with Victor Emmanuel II as its king. This marked a significant milestone in the history of Italy, as it signaled the beginning of a new era of unity and independence. Becoming one country was a big deal, but it wasn't finished yet, because Rome and Venice weren't part of it. The struggle for complete unification continued, with efforts to bring these key cities into the fold, ultimately achieving full unification in the years that followed. The new Italy had problems. Different regions didn't get along, some places were richer than others, and Rome and Venice were still separate. Italy started to become modern, wanting to be a powerful country in Europe. Italy joined World War I and got the land it wanted. But the war hurt Italy's economy and people. After World War I, Italy was a mess. Benito Mussolini and his fascist group took over, promising to fix everything and make Italy great again. Italy joined World War II, but lost, got invaded, and Mussolini lost power. After the war, Italy got rid of its king and became a republic. Italy's economy got much better, making it a strong industrial country. In 1957, Italy helped start the European Economic Community, becoming more connected to Europe. Today, Italy is a modern country with a democracy, an important part of the European Union, and a world centre for fashion, design and food. Its economy, even with problems, is one of the biggest in the world. But even though it's modern, Italy remembers its past. Its cities are like outdoor museums, and its old ruins remind us of its amazing history. From the Colosseum in Rome to the Duomo in Florence, Italy's buildings are still amazing. Italian art, from Renaissance painters to movie directors, is loved everywhere. Italy's story, from way back when to now, has been full of good times and bad times, being united and being divided. Italy will keep being awesome and inspiring people for a long, long time.